Esports are a new global phenomenon. Games like Dota 2, Fortnite, and Rocket League are attracting millions of viewers from all over the world. Naturally, this has created the question, should schools have esports teams?
We think that the answer to this question is yes. Participating in an esports team can help students do better in school, like any other sport. Being in a school esports team will help students to miss less school, and participating students will do better with grade checks.
I think there's kids that it would be a real positive thing for, because ideally there are, maybe it's kids that right now are kind of loners and aren't around other people very much, and getting involved in an e-sport might get them doing things with other people where they're never going to go out for an actual sport. So in that case, I can see the positive.
Esports also allow students who can't or who don't like to participate in normal sports to participate in a sport. For example, a student that isn't able to use one of their legs might want to do a school sport but can't. If a school had an esports team, they would be able to join it and they'd feel more included in their school community. Not every student is able to or wants to participate in a sport, but most people like video games.
Esports can also help students with some subjects in school. Video games can help students do better in reading because in most games, students have to be able to read the text in the game quickly to be able to move on. They can also help students with science and math because students can use reasoning and problem solving skills to do better in the game. Esports also helps students with computer literacy, which is very important in today's society and getting jobs because computers are everywhere. Students that don't have computers at home and don't use computers in school much won't know how to succeed in modern world because computers are everywhere. Furthermore, esports help students with skills that they will likely use for their whole lives. Esports gives students better leadership and communication skills because they need those skills in the game to do better. Esports also helps students with better hand-eye coordination and quicker brain functions and better spatial awareness.
I think that teamwork, that planning together to solve problems, that having to, communication skills, working with a group to solve problems, being part of a team are all skills that you're going to need to be successful as an adult. And so I think being on any kind of team, in this case the esports team, I think helps kids learn to work on those skills outside of just the regular school day, and I think that's a benefit.
Esports can help students go to college or university. Many of them have some kind of gaming program, and they can give their students who might not otherwise be able to afford going to college a better education, which will eventually help them to get a better job. Esports may even influence a student's decision in what job they want. Video games can help a student realize that they like doing STEM-related activities, so they may go into a career at a technology company or something similar. STEM jobs usually pay relatively well, and since the number of them is growing, a student that is interested in STEM will likely do well in the modern world.
Esports do cause some problems though. Playing games for too long can cause some injuries, and the pressure put on some esports players can give them mental health issues. However, if a student or person participating in esports balances gaming with other activities that are healthy, esports shouldn't cause any big problems. One other issue with esports is that some games are too violent for kids, but the maximum age rating for the games that high school esports teams play is T, which is the equivalent of PG-13. So the game shouldn't be too violent.
Overall, esports are more beneficial than they are detrimental to students as long as they do other activities to help them stay healthy. Esports can help students develop skills that will help them in the real world, and they allow everyone to participate in them, not just the students that are already physically fit.
Esports teams are definitely a good thing to have. This is why we feel like having an esports team at our school would be a good thing to do.